so weary and all alone. Feet are tired like heavy stone. Traveling all alone. Who will see and who will care about this load that I must bear? Traveling all alone. Prayers are said to heaven above about my burdens, woes, and love. Head bowed down with misery, and nothing now appeals to me. Still traveling all alone.
I received the bad news today. The cancer had returned. Wasn't so bad, the doctor said. So does that mean I'm about to meet my maker or my father in the great wilderness known as heaven above? Wasn't that part of a lyric Ethel Waters used to sing? Well, Ethel's up there too. The old thoughts return. Weren't they buried almost 15 years ago when I received the first diagnosis, underwent treatment, and sent home with a catheter, a device I wore for 3 months because I couldn't take a piss. I mean void. Returning to the doctor every week while he took the fucking thing out. I had to wait all day to see if the plumbing would start, and when the inevitable happened and there was no drip from the faucet, the catheter went back in. First few times were agony, but after a while I got so used to my doctor's manipulations that I told people that he gave the best catheters in town. Here I am, talking about myself, whose life has passed through a few circles of Dante's Inferno. So before I decide if I want to pursue treatment to live or die in a great Dickensian tradition, I take time to think about my father, dead for 30 years, and still refusing to leave whatever brain lobe retains all the information we'd like to forget, but can't. I alternately loved and despised him. A tall, handsome Frenchman whose face and body continued to go north as he aged. As a teenager, I trembled whenever I saw him. I realized that we both had one great thing in common: our homosexuality. I mean, living with a gay father in the 1960s wasn't like it is today. You couldn't go on YouTube and hear the glowing testimony of children who'd been blessed with the loving attention of a gay parent. I look at my once beautiful skin, withering. Whatever happened to my youthful idealism, passion, dreams, and desires? Sexually, it was fulfilling, but as we age, we become aware that sex is not the ultimate goal. It's the union of two people who have met the expectations of each other in body and mind. I realize this has not been my case. I've been in a 30-year relationship, and I wonder what I really expected from my partner. If it was sex, it was met. If only my troubled feelings could have the same pulsating feel of that orgasm. By the time I was 18, I was, to be poetic, a fucking mess. My father returned to work in Paris, and this being the 1960s and 70s, went swinging. He must have swung, because his death from AIDS at 64 was horrifying. I remember going to see him in Paris, and what was left was a shallow, shrunken skeleton.
Stick man sits upon his bed, his eyes sunk way back in his head. like those haunting faces of some concentration camp. Praying mantis in the dark. Stickman listens to his heart like a children's music box, winding down until it stops. Stickman doesn't want to eat his food. Stickman, he cries so easily. Other sick men on the ward look the other way. Soon another empty bed, fresh pillow where he laid his head. They've seen it all before, and he's just one more stick man.
Now I'm thinking about my own mortality. How am I going to overcome this? The panacea from the doctor sounds brutal. A shot of Lupron every 3 months, which causes reduced testosterone, loss of libido, and weight gain. Everything I don't want. But then I consider my options. The life I've led so far has seemed barren. My ambitions were not really fulfilled. I settled for a person who was kind and considerate, but boring. I lost touch with my siblings. I rarely saw my mother, who had remarried, as she said.
Successfully.
And now, free of that.
Piece of shit.
Me, in other words.
Oh, you are my precious boy.
He can hear his mother's voice and feel her hand upon his brow. How he longs to see her now. If she just come and set things right. He still cries into the night, but she's too far away to hear, behind a wall of shame and fear.
And so I go into therapy. I talk and I look back. It's going to take a long time to get from that lost, hurt child to the mature man of 65. I talk, I cry. What have I got to live for? I'm hard on myself. Everything is negative and has always been so. My looks, my career, my love life, they've all evaporated. So perhaps I should not even take the shots. Would anyone care? I speak to the doctors and nurses. I should come through this successfully. Still, I feel vulnerable. What's life going to be like without sex? In fact, that's all I think about. My partner, never exciting and very vanilla as it were, could at least provide that. But what is my worth without an erection? I've been divesting myself of many things I once held so dear. Books, music, even clothes. I have a young friend who revels in knowledge. He would love my library. I think again that by leaving books, perhaps I'm leaving something of myself behind. I'll be a part of someone's life, a person who can remember the true essence of myself, since it's been an arduous journey for me. Maybe it is worth living. I'll take the chance with this cancer.